Also, sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, chers invités, chers amis du Canada, chers amis au Canada, bienvenue ici à l'ambassade du Canada à Berlin. Oh, thank you. À l'occasion de la conférence sur la coopération dans le secteur de l'espace. I would also, of course, and when I turn my head, you can see I'm looking at the folks in Gatineau, because that's where our TV screen is. It's off to my right. I would like to welcome the participants in Canada who will join us for this event via a live link from Environment Canada in Gatineau in the Ottawa region. This is a conference about space, and welcome through space to you. This conference, for those of you who don't know, is a good example of how we like to use our embassy facilities here, a meeting place for Germans, for Canadians, to build on successful partnerships. The topic of this second German-Canadian concourse is, of course, bilateral cooperation in the space sector. Space research and Earth observation represent the longest-standing segment of German-Canadian cooperation in science and technology. Formal collaboration has existed since the early 1970s, with airborne radar systems and joint research in processors and data utilization crucial for the technological evolution of capabilities in both countries. Major partners in the bilateral cooperation include the German Aerospace Centre, DLR, the Canada Centre for Remote Sensing at Natural Resources Canada. And in fact, both parties have just signed a new Memorandum of Understanding this year to guide their ongoing collaboration. I would like to welcome all of our speakers, of course, but as I'm talking about DLR, I feel I should point out the presence of Dr. Weissenberg, of course, the head of the Department for International Cooperation at DLR, the German Aerospace Centre. And this conference, therefore, will be a great opportunity to hear from him and learn more about the latest developments in Canada-Germany cooperation. But my thanks go to all of the speakers for coming and sharing your views on space cooperation for this broad audience. Of course, there's also a growing number of private companies active in this field, and some of them are also represented here today. So we'll learn more about the commercial aspects of cooperation in the space sector from their presentations and the panel discussion later this afternoon. Now, going back to the overall relationship, Canada and Germany, of course, have strong political, cultural, and academic linkages, and they are underpinned by healthy commercial relations. And we believe these strong commercial relations between Canada and Europe in general will grow even stronger in the near future, because last month, the Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, and the European Commission President, José Manuel Barroso, reached an agreement in principle, and this was a long time coming, so we're delighted it's here, on the Canada-EU Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, or CETA for short. Studies tell us that CETA has the capacity to boost bilateral trade between Canada and Europe by 20%, et une fois mis en œuvre, l'accord portera sur pratiquement tous les secteurs et éléments liés au commerce entre le Canada et l'Union européenne. En effet, c'est l'initiative commerciale la plus ambitieuse jamais entreprise par le Canada. Economic and political issues aside, it is really people who are at the heart of the Canada-Germany relationship. And the Canada Meets Germany Alumni Forum, and it's too bad the poster isn't here because I could point to it, is a very good example of this. This forum is an institution that brings together young Germans and Canadians, young leaders in their respective professions, with both an interest in and enthusiasm for each other's country. The Canada Meets Germany Alumni Forum, of course, is a great help to the embassy in our work here, and I'm so glad that this Canada-German concourse, German-Canadian concourse, if I'm using the acronym correctly, organized by the forum, has now officially become an annual tradition. We can say that you're here for the second time. And I must note, I'm especially pleased to see that it even has developed a traditional takeaway. I still have the mug in my office from last year's German-Canadian concourse, so I'm delighted that I have now a second mug from this year to go with it. But I'm mostly delighted that we can support this initiative by offering the embassy's facilities, and I must say I'm personally impressed by the excellent quality of the speakers and the program that's been put together for this afternoon. So now please let me give the floor to Dr. Matthias Mück, the president of the Canada Meets Germany Alumni Forum and one of the main drivers behind the German-Canadian Concourse. Matthias, thank you very much for your enthusiasm and your entrepreneurial spirit in setting up these events today. Merci beaucoup. Vielen Dank. Thank you.